why don't we just start off with a couple quick comments about how nice, fun you guys are looking forward to this weekend.
Yeah, it's that time of year. I think it's our 5th time playing. It's kind of a busman's holiday for me. It's a holiday for the whole family, so everybody comes over. I think we're more relaxed about it now. I think at the start there is an element of you want to do okay. It's not. I'm not talking about winning it, but you just want to do respectable. We know we're okay now. We're here to enjoy it, and anything past that is a bonus.
Any nerves about playing in an event like this with Dad? And same question to you. Any nerves about playing well in front of your son?
Honestly, like this week, I have not been as nervous as previous years, but I feel like when we actually get to Saturday and I stand on the first tee that I will be nervous. Like, definitely in terms of like preparation and stuff, like previous years would have been like very like, like if I'm hitting it not well or something before, like I'm very like
stressed.
Yeah, but I wasn't that stressed this year.
Paddy, are you nervous for him?
He's been doing exams this week. He's been doing his end of term exams first year in college on Monday and Tuesday online, and so life's going on as much as the tournament is. So yeah, we'll be nervous on Saturday morning. I want him to play well, and as I said, the great thing about this event, everybody will hit some good shots, and when it comes to the TV coverage, they generally will show a few good shots from everybody. So everybody kind of looks well at the end of the week, and that they know that they set the tee boxes up so that everybody has a chance and everybody can play. So at the business end, winning it, certainly that gets quite competitive at the very end. The scoring can be very good. The last couple of holes, there's pressure on it. If we get to that point, that's a huge bonus. For us, we're here, play well, enjoy it, have fun, and see what happens.
Which one did you spend more time studying for, the tournament or the...
Oh, definitely the tournament, yeah. Definitely the tournament.
I wish.
What was your hardest exam?
Well, I only had 2. The harder one was probably the one I had to get up at 5 a.m. to do, because they didn't exactly give me like a break to the time difference and stuff. So that was hard enough.
What's the energy like around this tournament, this event?
It's really good, and obviously there's a good mixture. I like coming here because there's guys playing here who were my heroes growing up, and in some ways I'm bringing my son along so that he can have some of that. That's Lee Torino over there, that's Gary Player over there, and Gary's been particularly nice to him over the years. He kind of know Gary now, so this is something that's great for me because you want to share that. Obviously then there's different generations here now. There's younger people obviously playing with their dads and things like that, so that's nice as well, because let's face it, I don't get to see Nelly Porter play in person. I might see it on the TV, but somebody like Nelly, this is a good week for me to go, I want to see where she's hitting it, how she's hitting it. As I walk down the range, Nelly Porter's the one I'm going to look at. Lee Trevino, Gary Player. I've seen enough of Jordan and JT. I don't care what they're doing, but I want to see the players the guys that I played against, would have grown up watching, and then a few of the younger people that I want to see how they play.
How about you, Paddy? What's your favourite bit? Like, who do you like seeing each year?
Favorite part's probably making birdies in a nice shot. Getting to watch the highlights, see if I was made any of the. Love Gary. I'm great friends with Jordan. We always have a good time with them. He's probably my favourite player here, I'd say, this week.
How surprised were you by how much success he had this year?
What do you mean? I wasn't surprised at all. Yeah, I mean, I've been watching the behind the scenes for the last number of years, working on the speed and all that kind of thing, and safe to say it's been paying off lately.
He's been giving me a hard time about it.
When he came out on tour this year, I was on him. I was pitching.
I get a text like, you played the par 5s and only 2 on the par today. What
there was 3. There was 3 on the course. You need to play them in 3 under.
Yeah, so Paddy. In fairness, Paddy's reasonably keen on. He's keener on what I'm doing in my golf than he is on his own golf. Which is, you watch it, you pay attention. He knows how I'm playing. I often think put that energy into his game. But you do like, he likes you quite like being the spectator and understanding it.
Except for the back nine on Sunday.
Okay, you get stressed. Which I do. I get stressed. My other son who's here was playing the semi-final of a rugby cup at home last week. I was so stressed. So I couldn't stand beside people. I had to walk away. I had to get away from people. And Paddy knows more about rugby than me, so he was giving me a bit of a lowdown. I wasn't happy. He was telling me the truth that I wasn't happy at all. I didn't need to know the real truth of it. I wanted to know I'm all rosy and, oh yeah, they can still win from here. They lost the match as it turned out. But he was a bit too honest. So he's a better fan than I am. I'm just, I get a bit excited.
Paddy, you've always been a great observer of this game. When we said Jordan up here, you've seen a lot of guys who have lost form, do and don't climb out. How much respect do you have a guy who kind of finds it again?
Well, I think that's the absolute outlier. If you, as I see it, everybody gets up to my age anyway, in my career. Everybody before me, you got about 20 years of a golfing career. You get about 10 years, 3 or 4 years to build up. Then you play your 7-8 years. In that period, you have a 2-year period where you peak. You have 2 seasons, 18 months where you peak. And you could go to everybody's career. They have 2 seasons, 18 months where they play above themselves. And of course, once you've done that, it's very hard to live up to it, because not only are you trying to live up to the best you played, you're trying to live up to the best you thought you played. And the idea, the thinking bit is way above how you actually play. So Jordan obviously clearly had that run, no different to myself in 2007, 2008. And I would say with me in 2007, I played better in 2009, 10, 11. I didn't have the results. Maybe I was getting on my own back, getting in my own way. What I do like with Jordan is he's coming back. That's very unusual. Very unusual to have that peak and then to have another one. Jordan is coming back, which is quite impressive. It's quite a testament to him. Maybe the guys seem to have the peaks earlier in their careers now. All the young guys seem to come out. Like when I came out, you still had to learn. You weren't allowed to win a major. You had to learn. We bought into. You had to learn how to do it. The young guys know. They're having their peaks earlier. Maybe they can have a second go at it. Jordan is certainly the one I'd be looking at. I'd look at, when I mentioned the two of them, JT is obviously, you always think Jordan, JT is nearly, could be better off because his majors are just steady. I don't stand here and think I don't think JT's had his 2 years. His 18 months, so he actually could end up being the 6 or 7 majors at the end of his career or whatever, because of the slow burn is better for a long career. The quick run is just hard to live up to, and again, pick a player, you'll see it. Maybe it was made the Ryder Cup, maybe he won 2 or 3 tournaments that year, maybe he just kept his card for 2 years. Everybody seems to have that run, and I don't know if it's because you played your best, but it's because you're always comparing yourself to an unrealistic version of yourself, because you'll always think you never missed a shot in that period.
What would you say is Paddy's strength on the course and then maybe his weakness?
Highs and lows, the mental side. His strength is he can be great mentally, and then he can beat himself up mentally. So it's and he doesn't have, you don't have it in his own, like he plays rugby, he doesn't have that in his own sport. It's you're solid, steady in his own sport, but in this sport, bad shot means I'm playing badly, and a good shot means I'm playing good, and we're kind of going, it's leveler, steadier. You don't want to have, to be honest, he does want to have the highs and lows because he's only an amateur. That's it. It's not his game. He's just here for, to enjoy it. So he hits a great shot. He just thinks this is brilliant. And he hit a bad shot. He goes, oh, it's never going to be a good one again, sort of thing. So but that's true amateur, isn't it? It's true enjoyment of the game, that he'll hit a shot and you think, wow, that's like as good as a pro. And then he'll hit a shot and you go, that's as good as an amateur.
Do you agree with that assessment?
Yeah, I think I agree. Yeah. Definitely. It's one of the things that definitely was a big focus for us coming in with the whole side of the pressure thing, was that we are here to have fun, and there's no reason for me to be beating myself up because I hit that bad shot.
I think the biggest problem for all the parents here, I've said this before, it's really like we should have a trading system where we all get another person's son or whatever, obviously where we do the coaching, because it's so much pressure on the kids, because everything's compared to how their dad did. Oh, you're not as good as your dad, or you are as good as your dad, or you're distant. There's a lot of stress and pressure when it comes to trying to play the same sport as your dad. So that's tough. So you can see why the highs and lows in his game can be like that. Whereas, at the end of the day,
he needs to shoot a good score, and if I can assist you, then that's
in the tournament.
Yeah.
My goal for Paddy when it comes to golf is that he loves the game, and in 80 years' time, he's still loving the game and playing the game. That's my goal. It's not, like
I'm 19, 80 years time, that'd be pretty impressive.
I put money on it that you'll be playing the game in 80 years' time. 99 years of age. Yeah.
How much?
Longer.
Are you paying up?
I don't know if I'm paying up. But it is. I want my son to be respectable at the game, love the game, have the etiquette of the game. To wish your son to be a professional or something to be as good, it's just a different completely different obsession. And so in the end of the day, an event like this is okay. We're on the big stage, but we're actually here just to be involved in the game and enjoy the game, hit good shots, and do it. Now, I can guarantee if we play well and everything goes well, we'll be stressing and trying hard on the last couple of holes, but it doesn't mean we have to do that all week.
Hunter, when you go on the range tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday, and see Tiger and Charlie, which one are you going to be more intrigued to watch?
Charlie. Actually, to be honest, definitely Charlie, but kind of, strangely enough, after watching Tiger in the match, to me, he, with a bit more speed and a bit more of that, like, you'd never doubt Tiger's mental ability. And you just always wonder, well, physically, is he able to come back? And you don't want to give up. Like, he looked better physically at that match, and the speed, and you know me, I'm obviously interested in that. So, you'd never write Tiger off, but I actually think he might be even better than in a better place than I had thought. So I will take a little sneaky look at Tiger, there's no doubt. But Charlie, to be honest, I'm more interested in Charlie. It's very impressive for a 13-year-old, and he did it when he was 11. It's hard to support the angles in a golf swing when you don't have, at 11 he could hold the club in the right position. Like most kids who are good at 11, 12, 13 years of age, their swing hasn't even come close to developing their, like I bet you if you went back and looked at Rory at 12 years of age, he was hitting a big looping hook, drop kicking up there, because that's what they do, kids. But Charlie's always managed to pressure the golf ball, which is exceptional at that age. It really is. So yeah, I'd be looking at the swing to seeing how it is. I've said this before, it doesn't really matter how good you are 11, 12, 13 years of age. It will how much he loves the game when he's 22 years of age, and it's kind of at a plateau level. So it's fascinating to watch now, but it will come down to how much he really loves the game, whether he, how successful he is in it.
What about Tiger's swing specifically, or his body, that you think of?
I just saw the numbers. I was looking at the speed numbers, so I want to go and see it in person and see, if he's got that. Clearly, he, which was at the Masters, which was when he won it, which was phenomenal. Tiger, if he's not in contention, I don't know if he doesn't lose interest, but when he got in contention in the Masters, everybody took note, as in the rest of the field took note. So Tiger knows if he can get himself into position, that both he'll raise his game and he'll put a little bit of pressure and stress on the rest of the field. I think he needs a little bit of physicality, as in that ball speed. It's just tough if you go out there against these young guys. There's so many of them that they're hitting it and they're overpowering golf courses. If you're not somewhat able to keep up there initially, I don't think you're not doubting Tiger being good down the last 9 holes, but the little bit of extra speed will help him be good in the first 63 holes, that the last 9 holes who would want to be coming down the stretch against Tiger? All these young guys, he's capable of doing anything at that stage, and I think he's in a better position to get himself into that last 9 holes.
Growing up as the son of a major champion, can you imagine, you have maybe a better perspective of what it must be like to be Charlie Woods?
Yeah, I'd say back home, definitely I would get, maybe not over here, but at home back in Ireland, I would get a similar kind of perspective, are you going pro? No. What's your handicap? Like,
a lot of judgment.
It's everything is, there is definitely judgment there, like.
Yeah, people would know what he's doing, and people would, in an Irish context, as I said, 10 years ago, I'm not saying now, I was voted best sportsman ever in Ireland. So you can understand there is that level of focus that Paddy would have been. Everybody says, oh, you're going to be a pro, you're going to follow your dad's footsteps, you're going to do this. And then if Paddy turns around and says, well, I'm an amateur, I play off this handicap, they're kind of going, there's a lot of judgment. There's an awful lot. I think Charlie's got past that now, in fairness. I think he is pretty damn good. So, it looks like Charlie's life is going to be in golf at this stage. So, and that's only looking from the outside. I think at home in Ireland, Paddy has to put up with that. People know, just like I would, you'd be in places and you think you're on your own, but people know who you are. So everybody pays a certain price for everything they get in life. So, the more famous you are, the better you're doing. You're going to have to put up with that. I say that to him at times. People have come up to him at times, and said things, or done things, whatever, and I say, well, that's the price you pay for being my son, and everything, all the good, all this money we make out of golf, the lifestyle it's given us. There's always something you have to pay back, and sometimes, it's a lack of privacy even for Paddy at times. But as I point out, we'd rather it that way because that's why we're doing so well.
Paddy, when you come to an event like this and you see a Trevino or you see Gary Player, can you see yourself doing that?
Oh, I hope so. I really, really hope so. The one thing I know, and I've seen this, some people can win major tournaments and it can be a bit of a burden on them to try and live up to it. I've won my 3 tournaments. I'm going to take that glory all the way through my retirement. I'm going to, if somebody wants me to sign a flag, I'm going to wave at the crowds. I did it. There's no question about it, and I'm going to enjoy that. I'm not going to beat myself up. I've tried that in golf, and you just, you burn out. I'm going to enjoy the fact that I won 3 majors. There's not very many people who've done that in the game, and I'd love to be back here when I'm 80 years of age, enjoying it, waving at the crowds and saying, hey guys, I did it.
99 too?
Sorry?
99?
I don't know if people my age will get to 99, but the young people will. A 10-year-old, if you start your kid off playing golf at 10, he'll play for 90 years. There's no way 10-year-olds ain't going to make it to 100. We mightn't, but the 10-year-olds will. He's only 9 years older. And remember, golf extends your active life by about 8 years. It extends your actual life seemingly about 5 years. So keep playing, never give it up. Just go to a shorter golf course. Okay?
Paddy, I just got one more about Tiger. What kind of perspective do you put on what he actually accomplished this year?
I am so disappointed that the World Cup final is on at 9 o'clock on Sunday morning. I believe it's 9 o'clock Eastern time. I really wanted to be on mid-afternoon, 3 o'clock, going up against the PNC Championship, because I think Tiger might have won over on the TV ratings to the World Cup. That's the difference he's made to golf, and it's bigger than it was when he was in his heyday. So back in 2005, whatever, big star, unbelievable, huge crowds, great vibe. But when he came back, like 2000, I'm trying to think when he came back to Valspar that time, there was definitely a different feeling. There was people coming out, grandparents coming out because they'd seen Tiger. their children, and then the young kids were being brought out for a once in a lifetime. Maybe you'll never see them again. There really was a different atmosphere to a Tiger event. It is incredible that you think he actually upped. Like you can tell now, like you can definitely tell, like if where he is on the golf course, everything about Tiger on the golf course, it is a different vibe than it was. It was big back then, but I don't know, there's an emotion to the crowd. You know, they're not just excited about the great shots, which is I think what they would have been 15 years ago. There's a genuine emotion about, they want to see him, they love him, they love the whole thing, the atmosphere. I think a lot of people think, and maybe this is it, it's like this might be the last time we ever see him play. And they come out and they watch, as I said, all generations, and it's a moment they'll never forget. So it has changed, there's no doubt about it. It is a different emotional atmosphere around them, and in many ways it's bigger.
Do you sense that what he did this year, you know, sort of epitomized his resiliency and his determination just to be able to play in 3 tournaments?
There's 2 things that make a golfer: how talented they are and how resilient they are. And generally, you know, usually you get very talented, not very resilient, or you get very resilient and not very talented. That's normally the way it is. Tiger, through his whole career, had both of those, which is very unusual. To have the talent, but like Tiger never gave up on a shot in his life. He has that resilience, that toughness. So I would never doubt. And it's just like I said, he'll play 63 holes. That's the hard part for him. If you got him in contention with 9 holes to go, he's going to be there. The resilience is there, everything about him. So I wouldn't be second guessing that part. Yes, you know, he's struggling to walk. No, you know, I'm like that. I'm on the Champions Tour. I get to go in a cart, which is great. Tiger, if you can get him to the last 9 holes of a tournament, I don't think you're going to have a problem. And he looked good physically, as I said. He looked better at that match. So, you know, I'm not saying he could be. I actually believe he will be a danger. I think he'll win another major. The way I looked at him, I think he you know, I genuinely think he will be in contention. And as I said, I'm sure he wishes, you know, every tournament he can play, if it's like a major, he's going to have a chance. Okay.
I've got one for Paddy.
Yeah.
Do your friends think it's kind of like when you say you're coming to play with Tiger Woods, what do your friends at uni say? However many people get the chance to do that.
Yeah, I'd say they think it's pretty cool, I guess. I'm just into uni, so I don't, you know, I don't go spreading it around very much.
Yeah.
No.
Very low key. But yeah, the ones that do know, they think it's awesome. So yeah, that's cool.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.